Someone ever talked to you about how difficult it is to find a job after school? Or you have an experience, you are going through that stage? Or you know someone who is probably struggling to find a job after school, many years after school? Well, I am here to walk you through some of the mistakes you do that makes your job search longer. Stay with me. Welcome back. My name is Michael Along, and if today is your first time coming into this channel, please remember, do me a favor by subscribing to my channel and stay tuned for relevant information that will bless your life. And so today we're going to straight to the point. We're going to talk about five things, five things, or mistakes that you do that makes your job search longer. Yeah, I mean, no one wants to finish school and come stay at home, be at home without finding a job after national service. I know how difficult it is. For even those who are working, who have something doing, you end up having to find a lot of things difficult. But the point is that we know in our nation or in the world that we belong, maybe a greater percentage of people that leave school are actually going out to look for jobs. Just a minute of the 100% people are going out to create job for themselves, but majority of the people are going to look for jobs afterwards. They're going to work for people, but the employer also want people who they can trust, who they know that they are able to work with. And many of us fail to go through the things that we are supposed to fulfill before we get the job offers, right? And so we're going straight to the point to talk about the mistakes that would make your job search longer. Number one, no network. And this starts right in the university. I mean, not even in the university, right from the primary school, junior high school, senior high school, second cycle, same as senior high, to the tertiary institution. I mean, this is the point. If you have gotten to know or you believe in that statement that it is about who knows you, then you would come to realize that many people have had jobs not because they have had good grades. No, they had the jobs because someone knows them and they also know that someone. And so, at the point where there was a job opening at their firm or company, they linked the people up. They linked them up. They took their CV, submitted for them, followed through for them, vouched for them because they know them. And subsequently, they were granted the job offers not because they were good or better than other people, but because they networked. They had network. That's just simple. But many of us find it difficult to network with people. We are just within ourselves. We don't make friends. So how about if you think about that? The mistake, no network. While you are in school now, if you are in school now, make sure you have good friends. Make good friends. Good friends. It's very important. Otherwise, tomorrow you would actually regret for it. Make good friends. Don't tomorrow say, wow, I know this person. But maybe you didn't make friends with the person, so there's no way the person can vouch for you, right? So make friends. Good ones for that matter. The second point number two, or mistake that we do, or many of us do, is no added skill while in school. Yeah, there are many of us, while we are in school, our focus and our attention is on getting the first class, is on getting the good grades, and we ignore all the things that would add up to our skills, the soft skills, all the things that would build us up for the future and build us up for life after school. There are many of us who are granted the opportunity to become leaders, and granted the opportunity to attend seminars, granted the opportunity to, you know, do some creative works, to join some groups that are relevant to our growth, development, growth, or our development or our career growth. And we ignore them because we want to get first class. I just love first class. I love first class. Good grades are good. But if you have good grades and you don't have any other skill, and need other skills, leadership, other groups, then you get to understand the behavior of people, right? To be able to impart knowledge onto other people. So many of us don't add skills to the things we do. Add a skill. And even if you have left school, you can still pick up things that will grant you the opportunity to add a skill to yourself. The point number three, straightforward, is no improvement. No improvement. After school, many of us, we go dump our books. We keep away things that we were supposed to be using to improve ourselves, to grow. We keep them aside, and there is nothing that we are actually developing. We are not improving ourselves. Our focus is on getting the job, and that is it. And so, even after submitting the CVs to the places, we are unable to, do short courses that would enable us to land those jobs. I know people who have had jobs um, by just presenting a short course certificate and not their primary professional certificate. And so there are many of us who would not want to, improve on ourselves. And we are only looking at, I have a first degree in this, I have a master's degree in this. But the point is that we no longer, no employer or many employers do not really fancy those. The one what you can deliver. If you have a master's degree or a second degree in anything, you can have a number of them. If you are unable to execute that which the degree says you can do, you have no relevance then. So your relevance or your essence or value is not based on your certificate. It's very important though, but you need to be able to justify that which you have. And that comes when you have short courses. We know that many of our courses in our universities are many times not helping us to be able to develop. And so unless we are able to, fine tune and be specific about what we want, we go learn generic stuff and we go to the work environment and we are unable to apply, and it becomes difficult for us. We need to improve. Otherwise, when you submit your CV, it becomes difficult for somebody to really say that you are able to do what you're supposed to do. Point number four, you present generic CV to every employer. Yeah, many of us um, have a draft CV saved in our email or drive somewhere else. And the moment we hear of a job offer or opening, straightforward, either you print the same CV, submit in hard copy, or you forward the CV via email to whoever you're forwarding to, without having to take the time to look at the job requirement, the specifics about that particular job. And if we keep submitting generic CVs, what it means is that the specific skills that the employer is looking out for may not be in that your CV. That does not mean that you cannot do that particular skill that the employer is looking out for. It's just that you did not add it, and you can fail. So sometimes it is not that the employer doesn't want to employ you, it is that you do not tailor your CV to fit the job requirement. And if you cannot write your CV, there are many other people that can draft a good CV for you, a winning CV that when an employer views it, they will be so much interested in calling you to come and justify yourself. And the other point about it is that some of us we present CVs with cover letters that are so generic, like I have said. And if I read your cover letter as an employer and I'm not impressed about whatever is there, trust me, I may not even look at your CV. And if I don't look at your CV, there is no way I can call you up for an interview to justify yourself. But it doesn't mean that you do not know anything. Maybe if you were called for an interview, you would have been able to justify yourself. But the opportunity didn't present itself because your CV did not call for that. Go out, look out for someone who can help you have a good CV. The last point number 5, no follow ups after you have submitted your CV. I know sometimes it may be a bother to people, it may be um, you may feel that it is a bother going all out again and going to employers and speaking to them again. I had submitted my CV and I'm following up and all of that. You feel uncomfortable, but the truth is that there are many times when your physical presence is at the place, the people who took your CV may be interested to have an interaction with you. Who knows? But if I have your CV and I don't know you in person, it may just mean that, well, people are dumping CVs, let me also go and dump mine. If I am called by grace, that is it. No, you need to follow up. For some of them, you need to follow up. The others, you cannot follow up in person. You can follow up via the same email. Emails can be that bunch that people may not be able to read all of them. But if you follow up and it becomes fresh, they would be able to see, okay, well, an email was sent. And they can follow the thread to be able to check all of that, your previous email or CV, right? I believe that upon all of these 5 things, there are other mistakes that some of us do that I've not been able to add them. And I believe also that for some of us, you probably have made these mistakes, but you still had the job. That is what we call grace. For those of you who believe in grace, yes, it is true. God grants grace unto everyone else. And so and we have grace based on the giftings God has given unto us. That's for those who believe in grace. And so if God has given everyone grace, and take for example, I have 100% grace, person B has 100% grace, and person B is sleeping and not doing anything, which means that the effort is 0, and 0 times the person's 100% grace is 0. And I have 100% grace, and I even apply 1% of my effort, I would have a certain value. So yes, grace, I believe in grace, but I believe in also in your effort. Otherwise, things may not work. I believe you are blessed with this, and I believe that this would go a long way to help you. And I am also with you in supporting that your next email would be a job offer. I pray with you, and I know it will happen. Don't give up yet. I know how difficult and it is to be without a job. You will be fine. Trust me. I know you'll be fine. And for those out there who are creating their own jobs and doing their own things, for the entrepreneurs, all the best. Kudos. You guys are awesome. You make life beautiful. And that is why some of us have places to offer our services and get paid at the end of the month. So, I wish you all the best. And I know that you would one day sit down and say, wow, today I also have a job offer. I wish you the very best. But do not forget to subscribe if today is your first time coming to my channel. All the best. See you another time.